we're going to go into what is TradeCoin Club. It's a membership club that was created to revolutionize the trading market of digital coins. We're very competitive, and this is an actual multi-billion-dollar market to which only few have access to until now. TCC is developed and have a specialized team bringing you the opportunity that most people would never have the option of having, because like you said, trading is a very complex system. And unless you've traded and know it and understand it, it's very, very difficult to do. So now we've actually brought in an automated system that has 3 different types of risk levels, along with no skill or little skills in knowing about the trading world and industry. That right there, just that paragraph is a phenomenal paragraph if you understand what I'm talking about. But let me explain a little bit about what actually is trading. It's a type of negotiation that takes place between in the financial markets. It's using sophisticated technology tools, which I said it's very complex, and exchanging securities such as assets or options. So for example, if you bought $100 worth of stock of Apple and you bought it low, the object of the game is to buy low and sell high. So you sold it, if you sell it at 105, you've bought $100 worth of shares, you've sold it at 105, you make a $500 profit. We're using an Apple here as an example, but that's just an example at close of market at the end of the day. Basically what we're talking about is a day trading type system, because we want our members to be paid daily on their trading. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Here are some of the famous traders that have been out there in the world, from George Soros to Jesse Livermore, James Simmons. All these guys are very famous traders. George there made $1 billion in one day. Now, am I saying, don't take my words and misscrew them? I'm not telling you you can make $1 billion in one day. You have to have money to make money. That's the actual fact. So keep in mind that, could you? You bet you could. Are you? That's entirely up to you. I can't tell you whether you will or won't, but I can explain to you that this platform is the very first of its kind that trades on our actual license, and we're a licensed and insured brick and mortar company that trades on the top 10 cryptocurrencies of the day using Bitcoin as our anchor coin. We pay out in Bitcoin. You pay us your membership fees in Bitcoin. It's a beautiful thing. There is no reporting. There is a report of every day's trading that goes to you as a receipt of trade, and every single transaction is receipted into your financial extract in your back office. What is trading and what is the history? Well, as most of you know, in ancient times, if you had corn and I had beans, and I wanted to eat corn and you wanted to eat beans, we'd trade. It was bartering. We would trade. If I had a really neat fast forward, if I have a really cool car and you have a really neat boat and we want to trade, it's bartering. We trade. Today in the stock world, in the stock market, as you know, the floors aren't crowded like they used to be in the 80s and 90s with people yelling and screaming out numbers, buy, sell, buy, sell. Now most of those people are behind computers like we are today, and using the computer age and trading between stock market and the stocks. From commodities to Forex, from whatever the case may be. Well, the new world, and what we're into today, is called digital currency, encrypted currency for some, or cryptocurrency. They're all the same thing. Digital currency is the new currency. It's a one world currency. Understand what I'm saying here. It is decentralized. It is not centralized currency. It's not paper money. But the beautiful thing about it, if you understand that how this works, you can actually take that currency and turn it into any form of currency today, which we call term phrase cash out. You want to make sure you're using a coin that you can cash out. Let me give you a little history about Bitcoin. As you know, I got into it in the 08 and 09 when I started learning about this amazing stuff. I thought it was kind of funny. I really didn't think much about it, but I was lucky enough to be at the right place at the right time. I believe, I know that most of you are going, oh my gosh, here's that old saying that everybody says you got to be at the right place at the right time. But you know what? Even though that might be something that most people say, I want to tell you something. That's a fact. I mean, I've been at the wrong place at the wrong time, obviously, or I wouldn't have died twice, spent a year in a wheelchair and a year of going through speech therapy and doctors telling me that I would never walk and never be able to complete a sentence again. And therefore, that's why I told you what I told you in the beginning of this power presentation. So Bitcoin was born in 2008. It was actually about 2007. A guy that actually invented Bitcoin, a little story behind the story, has never been seen. They don't even know who he is. It was invented, the actual first blockchain that was ever invented is called the Genius Block. Do your history. Check it out. It's very interesting. And if you're someone that loves history and likes to read like I do, you'll find this very intriguing. But Bitcoin was actually commercialized in 2009, what I call recognized. And in 2010, the very first transaction that is recorded, actual trading of Bitcoin, was for a Papa John's pizza. And they traded that guy 10,000 Bitcoins. Well, think about it. If Bitcoin, as you know right now, is teetering around the top of the $900s and $1,000. The actual analysts and forecasters are saying it'll be up to 3,000 to 5,000 by March and April, and up to 10,000 by the end of 2018. A coin. But if you would have bought that pizza for 10,000 coins, you would have given that guy $750,000 if the coin was valued at only $750 a coin. Wow. So if you would have invested $100 6 years ago at this rate, if Bitcoin was valued at $750 a coin, simple mathematics, $750,000 value in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's value in 2010 was as low as 10 cents. I got in at $1.90 a coin. I was very fortunate, I believe. And then Bitcoin in 2016, as actual at one point in time, was valued at $750. And as I just said today, it's well up into the high $900 value right now. It actually surpassed gold in the beginning of this year. Bitcoin will vary in price. It'll jump up and down, sometimes over $100, up to 27%, sometimes a jump. But guess what? Our platform is so unique that even when Bitcoin goes down, you still make money. You still make Bitcoin. So let's talk about the types of cryptocurrencies that are out there. Guys, there's over 2,000 cryptocurrencies out in the world today. There are only about 743 some odd currencies today that are actual recognized cryptocurrency. So those are some of the ones that I have. Actually, I have almost every single one on that screen because it's called diversification. So I figure if I'm trading on the top 10 and I own some of those, I'm actually making more. Wouldn't you agree? Let's move on. Our trading software, and this is something that I love because it's very unique. It is one of a kind. We spent years of developing this software. There's actually only 10 people in the entire United States that know how to program this type of software. It is very unique and encrypted. We've developed a high-tech optimization software that trades in cryptocurrency. Our traders can upload daily through the system, which means maintains a high precision of transactions, allowing members to gain throughout most of the operations. Now think of this. What I just said, even if Bitcoin goes down in value, we still make money. That's pretty cool. So how do we do it? Well, our trading system is very unique. And as you already know, I've said that numerous times. But if you look at those cool little like Space Invader things on the left side of the screen, those are the robots. Those are basically like our computer system. And all those are studying the algorithms and studying it. And what our system does is it notices any little movement in the system. And when that movement happens, our transactions are done in microseconds. Microsecond transaction. That is basically humanly impossible for anyone to do something like that. What I love is this next sentence. That means that our members have a stop loss button or a risk button, allowing them to not jeopardize their Bitcoin. So you're putting your Bitcoin at little to no risk at all. How do we do it? I'll give you a quick example. Dash, if you noticed, was one of those coins that were in the top 10. This is just one example. This is not any numbers. We just pulled these out of the air, but we wanted to give you a good little example. So if you bought 1,000 Dash for 0.010 Bitcoin, which is equivalent to, in this example, $8. And you bought that at 4:31 p.m. today, we did, or the system did, and it turned around 5 minutes later and sold it, and it made about $2 in US which would be 0.013 Bitcoin. And I like to talk in Bitcoin. When I talk dollars, it's a valued amount, but Bitcoin goes up and down so sporadically that you need to understand that we need to talk in Bitcoin and not just pounds or dollars or whatever the centralized currency is at the trading at the amount. But for this example, I'm using it. And you'll see at 8.13 we'd buy again. The system buys again. Then at 9.52 it sells it again, makes another profit. At the end of the day, you've made 3.64 Bitcoin, equivalent in this evaluation of 2,700, and times that by the top 10, you kind of get an idea of where we're coming from and what this market can do and how much real Bitcoin can actually be made. So let's talk about our membership options right quick. We do have only 3 types of memberships. That's all you're going to ever need. That love this part because you can actually start now for not a whole Bitcoin. See, most people think that you have to have a whole Bitcoin in order to own Bitcoin. Well, you do not. You can actually buy a fraction of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is based on numbers, a fraction of numbers. So when you look at Bitcoin today, you can buy in as an apprentice level at 0.25 Bitcoin up to 0.99 Bitcoin. Once the system recognizes that you're over that, or you've compounded in your trading and you've rolled over what you've traded every day, and its system will recognize and upgrade you automatically to a trader position, which is 1 Bitcoin up to 4.99 Bitcoin. Or if you start out an apprentice and you say, hey, Joff, I'd like to add more of my paycheck every week, or I'd like to add some money that I got for my birthday, whatever the case may be, and your system recognizes you've come over to 1 Bitcoin, it will upgrade you automatically to trader level. Why is that important? It's obvious. The more money you put in, the more money you make back. So from 4.99 Bitcoin, you go to 5 Bitcoin, which is senior trade level. Guys, every single person must pay 0.05 Bitcoin to enjoy all the tools and software that we have to offer. I think that's a very fair price. If you figure that up in pounds, you figure that up in yen, you figure that up in dollar bills, it's not that much. It's a one-time fee at this time for your membership. I think that's a very fair. Any member has the right to cancel their membership at any time, but you will pay a 50% penalty fee, will be applied to the invested amount and deducted from all the commissions received up to date. Now think about that. That is good for you to know as one of our business partners, because if everybody pulled out all at once, we would have no business left. So you want to make sure that we're still in business. We want to make sure that if there are any fees that are owed or anything that needs to be paid on that you may have in the back office, and I'll tell you those fees in a minute, because I like to be very transparent and divulge everything and give you full disclosure. So let's move on. Here are the membership benefits, and this is where we're going to talk a little bit about a fee also. But first, let me tell you about the contract. So you are in, like any investment that you put in or any thing that you want to put in, we have a contract for 8 months. So that's when I talked about if you canceled your contract, this is where you would get, if you cashed out and wanted out, we're okay with that. But you have 50% forfeited, because at the bottom of the screen, you'll read every membership pays 25% trading fee for every 4 months of the total gains of your trading account. This system is going to trade Monday through Friday, compounding all your trades throughout the day if you would like to, making liquidations or cashing out available every day. Okay? Every contract that makes 5 times the amount invested obligates you to renew your contract. If you are a passive investor, you want a passive income, I would love to tell you you'll make 5 times the amount that you put in, but I doubt that's it's going to happen. If you come in at 5 Bitcoin and you have a year contract, if you make 25 Bitcoin out of that, that's a phenomenal gain. So, you know, I'm not going to grab at numbers or pie in the sky. People ask me, what's my ROI, baseline investment? What's my baseline on my ROI or return of investment? If anybody ever tells you and they're in the trading industry, an actual ROI, you need to look at them, pop them in the back of the head, because they're lying to you. There's no way that you're going to find out an actual ROI, because there are too many variables. You cannot get an actual realistic, because the trading is all over. When it goes down, you make money. When it goes up, you make money. We make thousands and thousands upon transactions upon thousands every single minute, every single day. So it'd be impossible to give you an actual ROI. But am I going to tell you you'll make Bitcoin? Yeah, you can make Bitcoin doing this. As an apprentice level, you come in at a stop loss or a risk level of 0.35%. Well, Jeff, normally stop loss means that I have to stop the loss. I don't see a negative or brackets around that 0.35. That's pretty phenomenal. So does that mean the worst I'll do on that day if I'm at a low risk is 0.35%? Exactly. That's exactly what it means. If you're at a medium risk, the worst you'll do is 0.40%. And if you're at a high risk, the worst you'll have in trading day, if we have a really bad trading day, which we haven't so far, but if we do, the worst you're going to do is 0.45%. Think about it. Put the numbers to the math. That is not BTC. That is percent. Don't confuse the two like some people do. So now, and we're going to move on. So let's talk. We've talked about myself, we've talked about how TCC operates, what is TCC, about currency, about how currency operates, what digital currency is, to give you an idea and an overview. Now we're going to talk about one of the strongest compensation plans that I have ever seen in my life. And I'm very proud. We wanted to take out all the negatives and put out nothing but positives. And how did we do that? Well, I think you'll agree with me after you've seen this compensation plan that it is a very, not just comprehensive, but a very in-depth, a very strong financial plan for team building and people that love to do referrals. Now, I don't know about you, but I saw a really good movie the other day called The Accountant. And I really love that movie, and I'm bragging about it still today. Now, I wish the company that made The Accountant would give me a referral fee for every single person that I did that with, but I'm sure you can think of right now companies out there that are giving you referral fees and paying you to refer business to them. The best form of advertisement is word of mouth. I'm sure everyone has heard that before. So instead of paying for big commercials, the best type of commercial is the person that already does what you do and that lets the other people and bring them in direct or indirect. And then we'll talk about the other three that we pay on. But a direct referral is what we're going to talk about first. And a direct referral, we're going to pay you 10% across the board. So for every direct referral you bring in, you're paid 10% commission up to, as an apprentice, 0.99 Bitcoin. Remember, after 0.99 Bitcoin, you move to trader. So we're going to pay you up to 4.9 Bitcoin as a trader. And then for every referral, without limits, as a senior trader, we're going to pay you all the time for every single person you bring in without any limit. So let's move on. What is a direct referral? Again, that is someone that you actually give your VIP link access to. Some of you might have already jumped on tradecoinclub.com and you're looking for a link, you're looking for a login. You won't see any of that because at TradeCoin Club, we are a membership club only and we don't compete with our members. So there is no way for you to get into TradeCoin Club and buy a membership unless you talk to the person that brought you to this actual webinar, this live event, and you ask them, hey, Jeremy or Coach or Darren, or how can I actually get that VIP link? And they will give it to you. And then you can go in and register for free. I said the four-letter word, FREE, cost you nothing to register. Get in it and do your due diligence. Look around the back office, poke around. Keep in mind that if you don't pay, you don't play. So don't start loading documents and don't try to start filling addresses out and getting all of that stuff done, because until you've bought a membership, it's useless. Okay? So let's go on. What is an indirect referral? Now we're going to talk generations here, not levels. We're going to talk levels in a few minutes. This is a binary system and a 3x12 system. It's two different systems. So keep in mind that we're going to talk generations. We're going to pay you as an indirect referral. That's when your direct referral went out, grabbed somebody raving about this amazing platform like all of us have already. We're in 198 countries. We opened it December 15th. We had our license of 2016. That is just a few days ago, less than 60 days ago, folks. And we turned on the robo on December 17th of 2016, and we've been trading ever since. Since then, we've had 60,000 people register in 198 countries. What do you think? That sounds viral. It sounds like it will go, and we're still in pre-launch. We haven't even launched yet. So hold on to your hats and wigs because we're about to take off. So here we go. As an indirect referral, that means your referral brought someone in. You might even not know that person, but we're going to pay you another 10% divided by 7 generations. How do we do that? As an apprentice level, you get your second, third, and fourth generation. You get 3, 2, and 1%. As a trade at a trader level, you get 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 generations. You get 3, 2, and 1% on the rest. And as a senior trader, which I love, this is where I love to come in at. As a senior trader, you get paid 8 generations deep, and you get 3, 2, and 1 on all the way down to 8. That's pretty strong. Just each one of these alone could make you a fortune, I believe, but that's just me. So let's think about team. What is a team? Well, you need 2 people either on your left or right, and you need 1 other person. That is 3, because if you remember, I said we have a 3 by 12 matrix. So if you want to be in that 3 by 12 matrix, you need 3 people. If you want to be just in the binary, you just need 2 people. We're not telling you you have to get 3. We're just telling you you should get 3 because it pays you more money. So what is a team? Well, a team consists of 2 to 3 people that you've brought into TCC. Once you have those people, you're going to see that at an apprentice level, we're going to pay you an extra 8% up to 2 Bitcoin. At a trader level, we're going to pay you 9% more up to 10 Bitcoin. And as a senior trader, we're going to pay you 10% more up to 15 Bitcoins a day. I slowed down because I really want you to hear that. 15 Bitcoins a day. That's when you've maxed out your team bonusing on this number 3 level. That's phenomenal. That's just this. That doesn't count your 10%. That doesn't count your other indirect, doesn't count your direct referrals. This is only on this. So think of how much extra. The bonuses are paid daily again at the end of the day. The smaller amounts is subtracted from the bigger team. The bonus has a safety cap. What is that? You need to understand that we will never pay more than 45% out in bonuses. That protects you. Remember, we hold 50% in reserve. That's where you get the 45%. We have a pad of 5%. That's protecting you as an investor and protecting your investment. Guys, something that I wanted to tell you really quickly about, let me explain something. Every single person's account, the reason we don't do duplicated websites is because every single person's account is an individualized wallet account. That means that you have your very own account and you're not lumped into one and then given a website. We don't do that. So we have what's called a dual factor authenticator. We bounce the signal worldwide, so it's virtually makes it very impossible to hack. Your security is number 1. We have 24-hour security, human beings watching every single thing going on, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Your security is more important than anything else we have, because I have an investment that's quite a bit, and I want to make sure my investment's protected along with yours because my name is on this. What's number 4? Bonus residual. Well, Joff, what is that? Well, guys, that's that 3 by 12 matrix that I was telling you about. Now, this is pretty cool. So it means that this 3 by 12 matrix works from top to bottom, left to right. And if you understand matrices, you're going to love that part. And it also, if you are in this, you have to make a minimum of 0.25 Bitcoin to even be in this system. To even be charged. You can get in at 2.5, do your trading, but to be on this level at number 4, you have to make 0.25 Bitcoin or you don't pay anything. So when you look at the left side of the screen and you see monthly fee, that'll raise an eyebrow. Remember, I'm telling you all the things that you need to know here. I think everything that you should know. If you look at the bottom of the screen, it even says all members who want to participate in this bonus will have to earn at least 0.25 Bitcoin. So if you came in at 0.25 Bitcoin, you got to earn at least 2.5 Bitcoin in order to participate into this system, but also your monthly fee won't be charged unless you do. So the apprentice level is 0.015 Bitcoin. You can do the math on your own. It's just a few dollars. Trader is 0.030, and then a senior trader is 0.045 Bitcoin. Those aren't percentages. People get them mixed up all the time, and I don't want you to be making that mistake. We will pay each and every single person in the matrix 0.003 Bitcoin for each active member. Apprentice to 4 levels. Now we're talking levels, not generations. Trader up to 8 levels, and senior up to 12 levels. If you look at the 12 levels to the right in the middle of this kind of the screen there, if and when, I think it's more when than if, you max out this, because this is really about timing, and we are brand new. We're less than 60 days old. We are in pre-launch. If you ever had a great time to be as part of something, this might be the time you really look into this deeply. So if you max this out, we're going to actually open up you another spot so you have sustainable income. Now, for those of you that's ever been in a matrix, you understand that when you max out, you're capped. That's it. That's the most you can do. Guys, we're going to reward you for maxing out. We're not going to penalize you. But when you max this system out, you're going to make 2,391 Bitcoins a month. Yes, I said 2,391 Bitcoins a month at the 12 levels. Once our system is maxed out, we open up you another spot, and you can do it all over again and maintain the same 2,391 Bitcoins that you're maintaining. That's pretty phenomenal to me. The system will automatically accommodate direct, indirect, spillover members from top to bottom and left to right. Pretty phenomenal in my book. Just each one of these by themselves is an amazing to me. So let's talk about now renewable team bonuses. What does that mean? What's a renewable, how do you renew? Well, you renew 2 different ways. Remember, your contract's 8 and 12 months at apprentice and trader and senior trader. That's when you would renew. So if you're just trading and you're not referring, which you can do, and you're making an income on that, and I've actually have people that have done spreadsheets and said, if I just left my trading in and what for trading right now, they give me a figure. I'm not going to give you pie in the sky numbers, because again, there's just too many variables out there for me to give you numbers on. And when you got in, how much are you compounding? If you're compounding everything, how much Bitcoin do you have in? You know, all those make a difference. But on a team renewal bonus, you're going to love this. Every time your team renews, we pay you all over again. So you get paid every time your team renews. So if they're coming up, if you've got somebody that came in at apprentice level and they renew 8 months later, then think of all the people that came in after that. And after 8 months, how much money you're going to start making. Every month it's going to renew. Every month every day they're going to start renewing. And then there's going to be more people renewing every day. 1,000 people renew on your team. You're going to get 1,000 commissions again. Look at the left and the yellow. 25 Bitcoin in the system. So that means that if you started at senior trader and you made 5 times the amount of your membership from your personal referrals, that would be 25 Bitcoin you made off of 5 Bitcoin. The system will automatically renew your membership, and you will be paid all the commissions above again. So let's talk about our career plan. This is pretty healthy on its own too. What is our career plan? Well, this is about cycling. And if all of you guys have heard of this terminology before, you've probably been in some sort of network marketing or MLM type of company. I like to say right here that, hey guys, we have no potions and lotions to sell. We have no auto ship to have to be on every month. We have no garage qualifying. There is none of that. So all the things that I didn't like about MLM, I made sure it wasn't in this system. And my partners did too. We were really wanted to make sure that this was just a very clean and simple system to understand. So cycling, you cycle every time you get a coin on each side of your leg in the binary system. So each time you get a coin on the right, each time you get a coin on the left, that's from 35% of your volume. So if you have a person come in at 5 coins, you didn't make 5 coins on that side, you made 35% of 5 coins. If you have someone coming on the left that has 3 coins, now you're going to look like me. So make sure your legs are going to be balanced. Don't make sure your legs aren't one's longer than the other one, like me. So you want to make sure that you keep those legs balanced. But every time you do cycle, the first 2 cycles, you're going to get a nice little gold pin to wear on your lapel. Your second time, you're going to get at 5 cycles, you're going to get a number 2 pin, showing that I've cycled at least twice. Here's what's really cool, and these are very achievable, guys. I'm doing it. I've got people that have already gone over the cruise. So at 10 cycles, you get a Mont Blanc pin. At 50 cycles, you get the cruise. That cruise is going to be, right now we have it selected for the Caribbean for our first cruise. You're going to be on the boat with a lot of other TCC people, Trade Coin Club members. I hope by the time you get off the boat, the captain, the crew, and everybody else that's on the boat are now TCC members also. We stayed at a resort here in Belize recently. The owner of the resort is now a TCC member. When you see this plan and you show it to people, it's pretty much a no-brainer. But again, I'm not enticing you. I'm explaining to you, make sure you do your due diligence. Here at the career plan at level 5, it's only 100 cycles. What are we going to do for you? That's not just an international Caribbean travel. We're going to actually get to know the company. What does that mean? Well, you're going to get to go in up to our 5-story building. You're going to get to go in and look at the trading, look at how it works. We're going to train you on how to do even manual trading. We're going to show you how the system works, all the ins and outs, give you a lot of really cool information. We'll even let you stream it live for your teams and the people there. At 100 cycles, you're going to have some fun. Also, because we're going to give you a couple of days of fun in the sun to choose what you want, all inclusive, all paid for, from Trade Coin Club, saying thank you for 100 cycles that you've done. But when you do 200 cycles, we're going to give you the choice of a men's or women's stainless steel Rolex. Beautiful watch called the Texas Timex from some people. Let's go tonight. You're going to love this. Level 7, only 500 cycles. You get a brand new Toyota Corolla worth up to 30 BTC. We'll ship it right to your door in any color you want, and you can pick it up. And guys, we don't give one car away. We give a car away to every single person that hits 500 cycles. Every single person that hits 750 cycles gets a brand new, your choice color BMW 320i worth up to 50 Bitcoin. Here you go. At 1,500 cycles, you get the Cabriolet Z4 BMW, beautiful car. At 5,000 cycles, and what I say right here, you could have stopped right here and I'd be happy. This is a beautiful car. If you haven't seen an i8, you have missed the boat. This is one of the most beautiful cars and luxury exotics that I've ever seen. At only 5,000 cycles, worth up to 350 Bitcoin, delivered to you. There is a catch. You have to drive it for a whole year. That's part of the marketing. We ask that you do drive it for a year. At the end of the year, don't give it back. Do whatever you want with it. And we had to top it off and just go to the very tippity top. At 10,000 cycles, you get a Lamborghini Hurricane. Your color, your choice, worth up to 700 Bitcoin. I hope today that you've learned something. I hope that I've been able to enlighten all of you with our Trade Coin Club platform.